包得很像馒头。
Hello everyone, welcome back to another Oh Hey Jelly vlog. If you are new here, my name is Jelly and in this vlog, we are in one of the globe's least visited nations, Turkmenistan. And honestly, before this trip, I didn't know what to expect.
You see here, kid? You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump. And you might think, what if I fall? Well, what if you don't? What if you fly?
After 16 hours of flying and finally landing at Ashgabat International Airport in Turkmenistan, we were put through a close to 2 hours wait to get our visa application approved on arrival. Up till recently, all foreign travellers visiting Turkmenistan needed to obtain a visa in advance and supply a formal letter of invitation, or LOI for short. This LOI is typically prepared and then issued by the local travel operator to you, so that you can hand the document over to the officer at the visa application desk at Ashgabat Airport. Anyway, let's get formalities out of the way. Joining me on this adventure are my travel companions, Mr. P, whom you should be familiar with by now, Senior Hiker P, whom you might recall if you've watched our hiking vlogs of Mount Gede and Mount Arong, Paul, Senior Hiker P's partner in crime, and Jack, Paul's long-term friend from school. The first time I laid my eyes on this capital city, Ashgabat baffled me to the core. Pristine streets, few people walking on the sidewalk, few cars, and hardly any traffic on the roads. Everywhere you look, you will see architecturally elaborate, massive, gleaming white marble and gold adorned buildings, alongside gold towering statues. There seemed to be a large structure designed for almost everything you can think of in this capital. But that's not all.
Most of the vehicles are white actually.
The vehicles we saw driving around the capital were all white. White cars, white buses, white vans, white lorries, even police cars were white. If I ever own a car here, I would probably never be able to find it in the parking lot. Lampposts and sidewalk lights seem to be intentionally designed to look ornate and yet exude an old classic beauty vibe. The number of lampposts in this city seemed to outnumber the number of humans we saw. Gardeners and landscapers must take a lot of pride in their work, because trees and bushes are planted and pruned to such identical perfection that I could not help but marvel at how strange and yet cute they look. As the sky darkens, the blindingly white gold buildings and monuments light up in a flashing array of colours, giving everyone a free light show through the night. If you are heading to Turkmenistan, take note that there are restrictions when it comes to photo and videography. Generally, we seek permission from our guide before snapping away, and it's a hard no when it comes to pointing your camera at government buildings, officials, police, and the military. As I was reflecting and editing this vlog, I found it difficult to put into words what Turkmenistan is like. Ashgabat is a mixture of surreal and strange, unlike anywhere I've ever been. It gets even more intriguing after leaving Ashgabat and venturing into Karakum Desert, the Bazaar,
Wow, look at our camp.
Nisa, Mary, and Murph. Most of the must-see sites in Turkmenistan are historical and cultural in nature. I'm not a huge history buff, so most of the facts probably went over my head. In this vlog, as I show you around the nation, I'll do my best to summarize what I've learned so as not to bore you to death. Also, I hope you don't mind if my voice sounds weird. I'm still recovering from a flu bug as I'm recording this voiceover. Anyway, we spent 4 days exploring Turkmenistan, and our very first stop was the Inspiration Park in Ashgabat.
Yes, Inspiration Park. Park Ohem.
Opened to public in 2010, this open-air park spans an area of 57,000 square meters, contains more than 40 sculptures and monuments lining the pathways, each sculpture depicting prominent Turkmen and Muslim poets, thinkers, and scholars. It was a really warm day and the sun was mercilessly blinding. Sun protection is a must because there are no shelters throughout this huge park.
We are gonna eat at this cafe.
Our next stop was the Gulistan Bazaar. Did you know that this bazaar has been a central trading hub since the early days of Ashgabat? Also known as the Russian Bazaar, this is one of the largest and oldest covered markets in the country. Built between 1972 and 1982 by the design of a Russian architect. The market has Soviet modernism style vibes and is decorated by a Turkmen sculptor.
All for 55 manats.
When we visited the bazaar in midday, it was relatively quiet and we were the only tourists there. I recall whipping out my camera to film some B-rolls and multiple store owners would shake their heads disapprovingly at me. But don't worry, I did check with our guide if it was okay to take videos and was given the go-ahead to do so. Unfortunately, we didn't have much time to explore the bazaar. We did, however, buy a few souvenirs and a bunch of bananas at a fruit stall. Next, we arrived at the Ertuğrul Gazi Mosque. This prominent landmark has 4 minarets and a central grey dome, with other smaller grey domes surrounding it. The Ertuğrul Gazi Mosque is a modern Turkish-style Ashgabat mosque inaugurated in 1998 after the independence of the country in 1990. The mosque is named after Ertuğrul Gazi, the founder of the Ottoman Empire, and is one of the largest mosques in Ashgabat. The mosque serves as a place of congregation and devotion for the Muslim community in Ashgabat, accommodating up to 5,000 worshippers at any time.
This sock. Okay.
Designed and built by a Turkish architect, the mosque stands as a symbol of historical and cultural significance. On the interior, intricate geometric patterns and Arabic calligraphy highlights the beautiful combination of traditional and modern design elements, a testament to the meticulous craftsmanship. Upon entering the mosque, I was greeted by a serene and contemplative atmosphere. From the stained glass windows, stunning marbled pillars, down to the soft velvety red carpets, I must say that I was absolutely blown away by its beauty. In fact, after having visited the Blue Mosque in Istanbul, the Ertuğrul Gazi Mosque has a strikingly stunning Ottoman style that really reminds me of it. Next on our itinerary was the State Museum of Turkmenistan. On the way there, we encountered the Ashgabat Flagpole. This flagpole is 133 meters tall, making it the 8th tallest freestanding and 9th tallest flagpole in the world. It was built in 2008 and was the tallest freestanding flagpole in the world until it was surpassed in 2010. I was mind blown to learn that the Turkmenistan flag that you are looking at now weighs 420 kilograms. According to our guide, on not so windy days, the flagpole has a built-in wind generator that creates wind from the flagpole to blow the flag such that it flaps majestically just like this.
The entire museum is 15,000 square kilometers.
Anyway, photography is forbidden in the museum, so there is no footage to show you what goes on inside. It's split into 3 sections: natural history, science, and the president of Turkmenistan. Yes, you heard that right. The third of the museum's floor space is dedicated to the current president, containing images of the president doing a wide variety of things, such as harvesting crops, reading, playing sports, and meeting world leaders. It was definitely an interesting mix alongside the ancient artifacts. The day was still sunny as we made our way to the world's largest indoor Ferris wheel. Officially opened to public in 2012, the Alem Cultural and Entertainment Center has 6 floors, 4 above ground and 2 underground. 95 meters tall and 57 meters wide, the building also has a 17 meters decorative spire right on top of it. At the top of the Alem Center is a glass and white steel casing containing a Ferris wheel known as Alem, which means universe. It looks very much like a giant glittering compass in the middle of a marble metropolis. Mr. P set out of this one because of vertigo concerns. It was extremely hot and stuffy inside the cabin, for there's no air conditioning, even with the midday sun beating down on us. Reportedly costing $90 million to build, this 48 meters tall giant Ferris wheel has been awarded the Guinness World Record for being the world's largest Ferris wheel in an enclosed space.
We are on the Guinness World Record Ferris wheel.
We are reaching the top.
What surprised me was that we were the only tourists and human beings there, and that the Ferris wheel was only put into operation after our arrival. The wheel turned rather slowly, and there would be periodic loud clanging from the gears, which was quite worrying now that I think of it. Anyway, once you're at the top, you'll be rewarded with a bird's eye view of the city.
Enjoying a night walk.
As the skies turned dark, we were brought on a lengthy night walk through Independence Park to see the Independence Monument.
To you, I wish me back to the
Where are we now?
Independence Park.
This monument sits on a total area of 84,500 square meters, surrounded by landscaping that encompasses a cascading pool and 27 heroic statues of Turkmen leaders, centered on a golden statue of Sapamurat Niyazov. The design of this building was inspired by traditional Turkmen tents and the traditional headgear worn by Turkmen girls. I didn't take much videos of this monument since there were quite a number of armed military guards standing right in front of it.
sometime.
The next day.
Early morning, we started our drive out of the city and into the desert. Our first stop was the Nisa Fortress.
Sometimes I wish me.
Declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 2007, Nisa was the ancient capital of the Parthian Empire, which dominated this Central Asia region from the mid of 3rd century BCE to the early 3rd century CE.
Where are we?
Nisa, UNESCO World Heritage Site.
In fact, the Parthian Empire was one of the most powerful and influential civilizations of the ancient world, and a rival of Rome.
Nisa Fortress behind us.
Situated at the crossroads of important commercial and strategic axes, Nisa formed a natural barrier to Roman expansion.
It is really very warm. So the sun in the background is my fan. Oh, it is 19 degrees. Wow.
That is rough. Sometimes I wonder how my life would have turned out if I stayed with you back then. And sometimes
On that side, priests. And here.
Since it's mostly ruins now, you will need to use quite a bit of your imagination to visualize how life was back then.
me back to you. Sometimes
Archaeological excavations at Nisa have revealed richly decorated architecture, illustrative of domestic, state, and religious functions. Many Hellenistic artworks have also been uncovered at the fortress. There were also a looted treasury, huge warehouse, and storage rooms.
the future untold, we didn't care about tomorrow. Sometimes I wish I could turn time back around.
It looks like you're taking a photo shoot.
What could I have found?
Nisa Outer Walk.
So walk this stretch to have a view of city.
After Nisa, it was time for a quick lunch before beginning our off-road journey into Karakum Desert.
Beef mula.
Actually looks quite good.
The chicken kebab. Thank you.
可以 share 一下吗？
I said, hey, do you feel the way that I do?
This is our rest stop. The other car is over there. Central at petrol station.
This vlog ended up running a bit longer than planned, so I'll wrap up here and catch you in the next vlog for the rest of the trip. Thanks for watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!
Yeah.
This is a council of elders discussing stuff.
What's your verdict of the local Coca-Cola?
They're quite nice. Better than the Indian kind.
Can I put this on YouTube?
Oh, okay.
Only question that I have today.